deeper, it's going to be wider.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much just to slap some magnets and of another another little paddle or two on the outside with some more magnets and a couple wires and grounded in there. And
you see that board in the back where the paddles are coming right up next to it?
Yeah.
That's a utility board for doing what you're talking about.
Heck, you could do the collection off of the board using just the paddles that are there. Just enough for, some lighting or charging phones and, filtering water.
You got to be 1001. You got to move about 18 inches in a second. And you'll see it's only getting water about 8 inches, 10 inches.
Well, I think a lot has to do with the intake volume in the tube, with the tube under the water. Yeah. If we had just a little bit more of a pickup, not quite a liter, maybe a pint. If we had a pint pickup on the end to where it would hold it longer, but not weigh it down enough to stop it from its rotations. Yeah.
You see how I tried to balance everything on its internal? Because you see on one side of the center is the plumbing going across the center to the other side. So the weight, remember when it was turning, it was easy to turn. It was pretty balanced. It didn't run hard and heavy to the center anywhere. It just rocked gently. So that water coming up on that side is some resistance. That flat plywood will get rid of that problem.
Well, that shows us that we can take a little more volume into that tube without creating an issue. Yeah.
Bigger paddle that's about this wide,
and
about like that.
I was able to load that pretty much into here myself. I mean, it could be a little more. Yeah, I wouldn't say lighter. I was gonna say maybe user friendly to haul some wheels or something. Some different handles or something. But I think actually with the proper handles, it might even be real easy to move.
Hadn't got to that point exactly, but it could be brought here and assembled. You can get pieces. Those are the butterfly thumb screw thing.
You said this can be assembled by hand, pretty much.
Yeah, and you don't have to disassemble the whole thing, because when you disassemble one part of it, ends up scissoring. So you leave all three pieces together and it scissors to about like this, about like really long, the length of that bottom board.
Yeah.
And then you got two pieces like that, and then you have to take the pipes out. That makes the wheel flatter, and take the paddles off, and it's pretty much flat. And you can roll it on its edges without damaging anything.
So in just storage for components, it wouldn't be bad to store parts for them.
A lot easier than we carried it.
Yeah.
So you see, you could be assembled right here and taken apart right here and taken up the other pieces pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's why I use the butterfly screw.
And I'm sure we can aesthetically make this much more pleasing.
If you didn't remember your hammer, we could use one of the rocks to knock the boards out of their notches.
Oh yeah, we just tap it apart.
So you can see how easy that is, right?
Yeah.
It is awkward because of the size, but the purpose of the size is to accomplish something. It needs to be about twice the speed it is right now and be able to lift that water that we need for the input on the backside.
Well, depending on what you're using it for.
And that means what we were talking about, troughing, creating that flow and increasing the size of the paddles and stuff.
Yeah, if we had two 1x10s or even a couple thicker 2x, make it easier to pin it down or something, to trough that current into it, it would push a lot fast. It would push as fast as the stream of water is moving, wouldn't it?
Because of those bearings, And because of the pressure that we're using for our bearings, bushes, pushing in, we should be able to get that much distance on both sides. Well, this side and that side. So you see, we can put paddles in it like yay big if we have to. And each side will stand as a leg, and then we'll have our pieces that go across exactly like this, just a little longer. And probably utility board would be only about 4 inches thick. 4 inches by whatever the width is.
It's really nice to have a smaller imprint, or to be able to adjust the imprint of this for its location, or what you have use for it for.
You gotta cut edges off, you gotta cut extra wood off to make it more lightweight. That's not bad. Look how it sits in the water. Now if I could just get, it has no problem in the water. It's got plenty of weight to hold itself on this side of the stream, which it was designed for. So let's say that the water comes through here faster during the weather, right?
Yeah.
And all time to get down here, take a look at it. Those feet that I showed you, did you see those big brackets?
Yeah.
Feet? So those hopefully would hold it in place, but yet still be able to turn it and generate power. It should go up, be able to take all the way up to the pipe, and
Yeah.
still generate. Once it goes over, it's going to stabilize. It probably won't turn very much at all. So look at it. That's
Lots of different uses.
That's about 2.5 feet.
And even though it's a small amount of water relatively every revolution right now, that can be increased a little bit. And the pressure of that small amount moving properly with the checks and the systems to move that water, you can really get a clean volume of water pretty quickly to use. This with a filter attached to a hose can be ran with a swivel on the end, and I'm sure that's coming later. It's been a fun project to tinker with. Yeah, the original thought on this was to help like people in the rural areas with water problems that are not getting the clean water, to be able to filter
24/7.
from a location 24/7 out of a stream, but to be able to pump and clean. And yeah, it didn't get moved on. They didn't seem to want to really have too much help, did they? Though, really.